All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarasun said he kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to not only the Sarasun Seti YouTube page, but the General Seti YouTube page, two dynamic powerhouse institutions on YouTube, giving you nothing but black power, black divinity. I want you to subscribe immediately. I want you to become a member. The link for the membership right down in the video description is in the chat. All you had to do is just click it. You'll get a video introduction, rundown on the membership, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarasun Seti General Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right. And the general got a new website up on Teachable, uploading a lot of dynamic curriculums, powerhouse program, certificate courses. First one up, 25 Steps to the Redemption of Definitive Black Manhood, designed by the general strictly for the brothers. It's an amazing, amazing course. You can get a preview by clicking the link over there in the chat. You'll get a video introduction, rundown on the memberships, what they entail. If you see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here. What am I talking about? I'm sitting up here talking about what am I? I'm on the 25 steps. I done went off into the whole nother website. You know I'm crazy. Get over there, become a brother, become a member today. Ring the alarm, kingseti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarasun Seti, DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. Got something for you. Get over there, family. Amazing catalog. Click that link. Generalseti.com, Seti University, 2,500 videos, 40 different subjects, all the subjects that you know and love from the general. There's not another website nowhere on the planet that could compare, compete, become a member today. Then we got a Patreon, the poppin'est page on Patreon by far. We got that smoke, we got that Sun Wukong going down tomorrow. Well, it's today. Nah, it's 1:30. Today, I want you in the house. The 72 transformation powers of black chaos. You better get over there because we're gonna break it down like nobody else didn't brought. I didn't even heard nobody break down Sun Wukong from the occult standpoint. So you already know this is gonna be an amazing, amazing presentation, family. Get on over there. To all the family out there donated to the general, thank you, appreciate you. Those would like to donate, link right there in the chat. Click it, donate, appreciate you. Thank you very much. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels. King Seti, General Seti, Sarasun Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. We back on the knowledge now, family. We got to get to the knowledge. We got to get this work tonight. We ain't getting up off of here. You understand? We get too far off into the world. You see, and we don't touch on this sacred science. They get to thinking, you know, and it amazes them how a brother like myself could talk about so many things, gangster shit, street shit, politics, and get off on the sacred science and be the most prolific by far. You understand what I'm saying? Been doing by far. Just off the freestyle, just crush motherfuckers. You feel what I'm saying? And it's real. It's not nothing because this is what I do. You feel what I'm saying? So now today we're talking about biblical angels exposed as ancient Egyptian netters. That's right. We're exposing it, and it is what it is. Now, we talking about now. See, the thing is, we when we look at these definitions, let me get it up here on the screen. We got to deal with it. I'm teaching y'all that sacred etymology. And we're going to deal with it right now. Let me get it up on my screen. It should have popped up by now. Should have popped up by now. I don't know why I don't see it up there, but I'm telling you, they be tripping. They be tripping. They see me live. It should be up there. I don't see no reason why it wouldn't be up there. Oh, there you go. Right there. It's a lie. I see it. All right. Now, we're dealing with two of the highest ranking angel orders. We talking about the Ophanim and the Seraphim. Okay, the Ophanim and the Seraphim are both powerful, listen to me, beings in Jewish and Christian angelology, but they have distinct roles and appearances. Ophanim are often depicted as wheels with many eyes. You see, wheels with many eyes are associated with God's throne and transportation. You see, and transportation. You know damn well God don't need no damn transportation. That's codification. That's codification. There's something deeper than that. No goddamn God. You know what you mean God need you for God transport. What the hell he need transportation? All he had to do is just think and he there. You what kind of goddamn transportation he need? All he had to do is think and he there. And matter of fact, you don't even got what you need. You supposed to be everywhere. You supposed to be omnipotent. You see, omnipresent. You feel me? So there's no what would God need transportation for? You see? And so, that's the thought, that's the astral projection of thoughts into the universe. You see, that's a astral projection of thought and consciousness into the universe to manifest your reality. You see, to manifest your reality. So now when we look at the Ophanim, you see, matter of fact, let me see. Yeah, let me get that out of here for right now. Well, it's good. It's good. It's good. You see the eye. You see? And so we already understand when we talk about the eye, we talking about the eye of Heru, the eye of Ra, which are esoterical symbols that's esoterical symbols that relate to the pineal gland, the third eye, which really is the first eye. Because if you ain't got no eye, if you ain't got no vision with the pineal, which is the eye of Heru, you ain't got no vision. You ain't got no damn vision. That's where your vision comes from. You ain't got no vision. You see, you just walking around and you observing. You ain't got no damn vision. You observing. See, you got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to have understanding and concept to have vision. That's, when you say vision, that presupposes that your presence is moving throughout the universe. You see, but you just observing the cars. You sitting on the porch watching the cars go by. You see, so Ophanim. Now let's break that down. Ophanim. Now I didn't went over this shit, and I'm gonna keep going. Is symbolic? It ain't symbolic. Is the etymology of serpent? Okay, so let me show you these things because I know you want to see, and I lined them up right here so you can see. You see, so aphydicism, okay, aphydicism, which is poisoning by snake. You see, poisoning by snake. Okay, so that's aphydicism. Then you got man, these are some big ass words. Don't you know what I'm saying? So goddamn, you had to practice this shit. But you see the alphi, and then you come abnormal fear of snakes, aphididophobia, diophobia, aphididophobia. These are medical terms. You see, aphididophobia, okay, abnormal fear of snakes. So you see the alphi, OPHI, okay, which is serpent. Okay, you come down here, alphi, right here, you see it, serpent, snake. Okay, you come down here and you see also Ophir. And so that was in the Bible, a biblical land of uncertain location, but reputedly rich in gold. And that's where you get the dragon pearl. This is where the dragon or the jinn, guards the treasure, gold, silver, gems, and jewels. Okay, we come down here and we'll get to Kaluba Day. Ophagus, or however you pronounce it. I'm gonna start practicing this. Ophagus. Ophagus. Okay, Ophagus. A genus of elapid snakes that includes the king cobra. These is medical terms or scientific terms. So, excuse me if I haven't practiced this. Medical terms and them scientific terms. If you don't practice that shit, you ain't gonna just be able to say it the first time. But Ophi, serpent. You see, and then you come down and you see Ophi with the Y. Is all if you look down there in the dictionary of terms that are either a suggestive or similar in meaning, you see that Ophi, the end of philosophy, the end of theosophy, you see Ophi, so you see that serpentine. When they say philosophy and they say theosophy, you see that Ophi on the end is serpentine, because knowledge and wisdom is attributed to the serpent. Okay, and so even the Ophi with the E, O-P-H-E. Okay, now here when we dealing with the where we at? Here we go. Ophanim. You see, it's the A is that A, that's serpent. And then you got the seraphim. And you see right there also, they use the A-P-H-I. That's the serpent. They're using variation of it, but the root of both of them ain't them. Those orders of angels are serpentine. Okay, so once you understand that, then we've opened up a book not that we didn't have understanding of. Okay, we didn't have understanding of that, but now we do. So the seraphim and the Ophanim and the eye. So when you talk about the eye, and then this eye, the third eye, which you see the coiled cobra sitting right there on the pineal gland of the Pharaoh, then this is the Ophanim. This is the seraphim and the Ophanim. You see, in combination. Now, if you want to see the symbol that's sitting on the front of the thumbnail, let me get over there. Where is that one at? It explains it all. You see both of them. You see them connected. You see the eye. Where did I make that and put it at? I'll find it. A lot of them words, I'm just, I know the root of it, but shit, some of them I'm gonna just have to start practicing, because I'm not gonna be stumbling when I speak it. But these is medical terms, and so it's hard, sometimes to even speak these damn words. So you see the eye, which is, we already done the studies, and the Ophanim were depicted as as wheels with many eyes. So when you look at this, we see this in was a talisman of King Tutankhamun, and you see first and foremost, you see the serpent up front, okay, which is in many times you see the sun above the head, but here it got the crown. That's the seraphim, and then you got the eye of Heru, which is the Ophanim. All of these are Egyptian letters. You see, that's what they did with many of these prophets, and these is Egyptian letters, and then they referred to them as angels and demons and prophets and and different variations of God. All of them are nothing but reinvented letters of ancient Egypt. Okay, even when you go into the East, dealing with because the Nagas are the Africans that went in there before anybody. Now, what's crazy, in Thailand, see, we're gonna break this shit down, and I'm gonna give you another serpentine etymology. Nobody is giving you this. Remember where you got this shit from, and plus it's dated on the video anyway. Now when you look at the Naga over there, they got a particular Naga in Thailand. They call it the fire knock. You see that at the top. It's called the fire knot. You see? Ray say he's scared of snake. I'm just gonna. I mean, we dealing with the science. I ain't telling no motherfucker go get no and kiss the motherfucker now. Ray talking about he's scared of snake. I am too. Shit, who ain't scared of no motherfucking snake? You see, especially a big motherfucking snake. Shit, you understand what I'm saying? I ain't telling you go kiss the motherfucker. I'm telling you look at the science of it. Other than that, that motherfucker can stay where he at. I ain't trying to have no big ass snake. You see, wrapping around my ass, and you feel what I'm saying? But anyway, we talking about the fire knock, also known as the Naga or the Nakharat, the Nakharat. So you see now, we got to look at that. Now we talking about the knock. See the NAK, that right there is Serpentine. That's also Naga. That's a version of Naga. So when you get into Anunnaki, you see the knock in Anunnaki is Serpentine. You see, that's something they ain't talking about. Let me get that out of there. Yeah, so when you look that up, you got to look at it in Thailand and over in that area. You see, is referred to as the fire knock. But what is that? But the seraphim, the fiery serpent. You know, and so that's exactly what it is. It's solar, but this is the solar serpent, the Christ, the avatar that has descended down. That's why you see again, you will see the serpent tail is always to the sky. That's where it's at, because the serpent is descending down to earth. You see, it's descending down to earth. And in Egypt, it sits on the pineal gland of the avatar, the activated melanin. You know, you got the spark, which is the solar plexus. You see, you got to be lit in order to activate and generate. You see, you got to activate and generate. So you can have all the melanin, but if you ain't activated, the spark is not there. And the solar plexus, and the only way the solar plexus is going to heat up if all the chakras is in alignment and flowing and activated. You feel what I'm saying? Then, you feel me? Then the solar plexus begin to generate. You see, it begins to build and it begins to grow. And when that grow, then your energy grow, your abilities grow, and when you do that, the other chambers will open up. You see, when we talk about them 72 doorways in the pineal gland that they talk about, you see, but the only way that's going to open up if the other 7 are in alignment. You feel what I'm saying? Then that doorway open, then doorway open up. Then you got access to more possibilities. You feel what I'm saying? But it's step by step. It's step by step. So the fire knock, the seraphim, the kundalini, this fiery serpent, it goes across all the cultures of the Kushites. All the cultures of the Kushites possess this, and it's technically the same system. You see, it's technically the same system. So when we talk about this knock, and Anunnaki, which it speaks, and then you got Anak, and Anak was a Kemetic brother in the Bible. He was the father of the Anakim. Okay, the Anakim, which was a race of giants in the Bible. But you see that Nak. As a matter of fact, they got a Nak tribe in Africa. They down in the southern Ethiopian region, called the Anak, that serpentine, the divine serpent. So you see within Anunnaki, the Nak, you see within Anak in the Bible, you can look him up. He's the father of the Anakim. And the Anakim was said to be the Nephilim. They saying that because all the giants in the Bible are of the Hermetic race. Let's be clear about that. They are of the Hermetic race. Okay, so so when we talk about this fiery serpent, we tighten up all links to this sacred science. We tighten them up. We cannot leave no doors open. We closing all the doors. We We dare somebody to step to us because we got it right here. We got it right and exact. You see what I'm saying? So the Anakim, the knock. And so anytime you see that, you want to study that word to see what relevance it has. Is it connected to the sacred science? You see, is it? And so the knock. So we understand that Anunnaki was also said to be giants. They were said to be giants, along with the Anakim, and also connected to that was the Anu, which is Anu, which is a tribe, the original tribe that was in Egypt. They found the evidence at the Temple of Abydos, and they found carvings of a small race who had come into Egypt, and which which seems to be the Twa peoples, and so they are referred to as the Anu, and so you got the Anunnaki, and so we know what the science is. That's the same leprechaun, and you go over there to Ireland, they got the leprechaun, and they said, which was the Twa, and they said that the sacred symbol of that Twa people or the leprechaun people was the serpent. That's why they said that the St. Patrick went over there and wiped out all the serpents and snakes, even though it's documented. You could look it up. There was never no snakes on that island. So when they say that St. Patrick wiped out the snakes, what are they referring to? That's a totem or a mascot that was brought to that island that identified a people. So you got to understand, a lot of times people, cosmological entities are identified by a zoo type. You see, there's a cosmological mascot, the sun. It could be a zoomorphic mascot. Heru the falcon is one of the icons of the sun. Then you have the serpent. Is also one of the icons of the sun. And then you have an anthropomorphic icon, which is our people. So you got this cosmological, you have the zoomorphic, and you got the anthropomorphic. And all three of them are interchangeable of each other. They represent each other. We are children of the sun, and we are also the dragon race. And you understand what I'm saying? And you have to understand that the dragon, when the fire, that the dragon spit fire, that's that solar plexus. That's you. When you heat up, that's fire. That means that's divinity. You see? And when you deal with the sacred science, when they discuss African people, they not talking about no combustible fire. Fire in the sacred sciences of African people is always solar, period. You see what I'm saying? If they ain't dealing with the solar, then I'm in alignment with the other stars, the other planets. I'm in alignment with that. But the foundation, everything in this galaxy is moving around the sun. So there is an order, but there's chaos, but there's order. There's some order in the chaos. You see, there's some order in the chaos. So yeah, so we accept that for what it is. And so when you go to Kemet, yes, they venerated the moon too. Tahuti was the moon, and he was the god of wisdom and knowledge, and the sacred sciences. He was one of the most powerful deities in all the ancient Egyptian college of Netters. But at the same time, it was a solar culture. That was the foundation of the culture. So we see here, we then broke it down again. Go look it up. Go look up Anunnaki. Go look up the fire Nak. Go look up Anak in the Bible, the Anakim, and then you connect the Anakim to the other giants. But they all say they came from the Nephilim. So when you talk about the Ophanim, that's the Watchers. All of that is going back to the third eye. That's all that is. Those are all esoterical mysteries and fables that relate back to us. But see, they don't possess the essential elements to manifest this. So they come up with all that codification to, you know what I'm saying, as a means to, you know, synthetically explain, you know, the system, because they can't do it. That's why the vampire got to drink the blood of the immortals in order to, you know, possess them, and he had to keep doing it over and over. You see, but us, all we do is connect to the cosmos. You understand what I'm saying? And with that, we gon', you know, we gonna prosper. We gonna the melanin, and you know, they can't produce the melanin. You see, so they had to try to drink the blood and then, you know, access our, you know, our body, you know, our organs and shit, and this, that, and the third. That's what they've been trying to do. You feel what I'm saying? And so continue to do this research, family, and we know exactly what it is right and exact. Ain't no getting around this. And then when we want to tie all knots, and you talking about the Ophanim, and we dealt with the Watchers, who were the Nephilim. The Nephilim were the children of the Watchers. They were the children of the Watchers. You got to keep going around the circle and checking off every box of, you know, that's connected in that. So even the Nephilim, the Watchers, you see, are connected to that. You know, and they supposedly, you know, that they fail as angels. But see, the thing is, what they keep talking about, the fall of Satan and all that, because we know that's allegory. That's the descent of the avatar. They're gonna demonize your divinity. That's what they're doing. They demonizing your divinity. So they say, oh, that's the fall of Satan. That's the descent of the avatar. That ain't no damn fall, but you understanding that's the same thing. But you got to know the codification. You got to know the trickery. That's what esoteric mystery schools do. They put out false information to hide the truth. That's what the mystery schools do. And so you would have to be initiated into the school to get the key to understand what they're saying. That's exactly what. So when you talk about the 72 demons or Damians in hell, and Solomon, which is Solomon, you see Solar Aman, and Aman is hidden, and then you got Solar, that's the hidden sun. That's what it is, Solomon. And so you talking about the Damians again, that's them 72, and Sun Wukong break it down, because they give you all the transformations of Sun, and these are powers that you possess. You see, all he could access. You see, all these powers that he could access, that, you know, these had been attributes of African people for a very, you know, from ancient times. And I believe it, because when you look at ancient Egypt, you got to come up. These wasn't no motherfuckers that just was walking around with some average knowledge. See, this is what's fucking people up. Because when they look at Egypt, they read Egypt like like it's just laid out. You know, they give you a history and shit. And look at this manifestation of 10,000 years. There's nothing in any of these books that can explain what the hell happened in Egypt. Nothing. You got to understand, these people were far, you know, beyond anything that man can imagine today. And the keys to that history is in your DNA. The primordials, that's where you got to go. And they keep telling you, but they want to, just like the Bible, they want to lock you in them goddamn books or that they didn't wrote. You feel me? Oh, you got to get a degree. Man, fuck your degree. I don't fuck with y'all. I know you're lying. Once I done proven that you wasn't there, what the fuck am I going to listen to you for? You feel what I'm saying? And then people get down to today, and they must be aware. You cannot get further from a culture and think you're gonna get greater knowledge. You get the closer you get, the greater the knowledge becomes, the truer the knowledge becomes, because the people who speaking about it got access to it. They saw it with their own eyes. The further you get away from it, the less reliable the information becomes. So you have to always go back to the beginning, as far to the beginning. And when you get there, they not there. So you are not an eyewitness to any of this shit. So unless you got a fucking time machine where you can get in this motherfucker like Dr. Spock and fucking, ionize your ass back to 4,000 BC, then you lying, you creating, you fabricating facts and shit. You feel what I'm saying? So we have the, you have the answer in your DNA. That's what the ancestor said. That's where the fucking key at is in the DNA, the helix, the DNA, the twin serpents. And they know that in helix, you will see within helix is elixir. And you understand that Helios is the sun, the elixir of the sun. That's what it's saying. That's the melanin. You see? Okay, then. We done it. We done it for the night, family. I most definitely gonna be black early tomorrow. I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna get back right on the sacred sciences. We blacking it up. Go look it up, family. Come back. Go look up the knock. Go look up the fire knock. Go look that up. Go look it up. Then go look up the Anakim. You see the knock? I didn't even put that in there. Let me put that in there. I don't know why. See? Anakim. Come out of Egypt. Go look it up. You see? Then Anak. You can go look him up. He was the father of the giants, which is the Nephilim. The Anunnaki was all, these are all giants. Is this a coincidence? The Anak, the Seraphim, the Egyptian fire serpents. All a coincidence? Yeah, here it is right here. This the Seraphim with the sun disc above the head. There it is right there, the Seraphim, the fire knock. That's exactly what it is. All right, family, I get black with you tomorrow. Arm yourself with knowledge. Take that and run with it. Take that and run with it. I like this. This is an elite group right here. You know, those that come in want to hear the hip hop and shit, they're going to come for that. But those that want to hear the sacred science, see, it's always a smaller group. We know that. It's supposed to be. This is, and this is for elite wisdom and knowledge. All right, family. See y'all tomorrow. Get over there to that Patreon so you can be in there for the Sun Wukong. I'm going to show you. If you see what I'm giving you here on YouTube, you know what I'm going to give you on Patreon. All right. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black Pop.